G'day everyone, it is the 5th of January in a brand new year, and already I've failed 2 of the new things I wanted to try. I'm on a roll. So at the end of last year I created my own personal 30-day health and fitness channel. I was going to start it on the first day of January, new year, new you, all of that sort of crap that we all get wrapped up in and we all end up failing at, and I went, no, don't wait until the brand new year. Why not start now? So I got myself organized and I drew up a fitness and exercise routine, because I have been going to the gym and I'm loving being back at the gym. And even though, like, all of last year I didn't go anywhere near as often as I wanted to because of like other shit going on in life, I'm back to the point now where I've got time and I can go, and I've been going pretty regularly. And I created a fitness routine, doing all the things that I like to, basically I did a routine and it was really good and I liked it. I used that as a starting point and I made a list of all of the things that I wanted to achieve, because it wasn't just health and fitness, it was like a lifestyle thing. There were a few changes that I wanted to make, and I'll go into these a little bit further in a few minutes. And I know that when I try to do things in the past, if I just sort of have it in my head or something, it doesn't work. When I've tried to do healthy eating and exercise before, I use my Fitbit, which I'm not wearing. It's another interesting point. I record all my exercise, all my food and stuff like that on my Fitbit. And I know that I start off really well. It's very windy here today. I start off really well, but I get fed up really quick with entering all of the information onto the Fitbit app, and I get bored with it. And I thought, well, I want to do something that's going to make it a little bit more interesting, that I'm going to stick with it longer. And that is where the journal came in. I've never done journaling. It looks like something nice and fun and enjoyable that I would like to do, creating pretty things. I couldn't even get a book. When you do a journal, most people use a book, it's got dots in it, and I couldn't even find one of them. So I ended up just getting one with regular old lines in it. I got started planning my journal. I went out and I bought some nice new coloured pens because I didn't have any at home. I also bought some really pretty sticky tape stuff, and I made a intro. Oh, that's cute, eh? I wrote down all of the things that I wanted to achieve. I made 30 days so I could colour in a day, each day when it was over. Here are my fitness routines for going to the gym and other stuff to do not on gym days. I started really well.
Today I start a 30-day health and fitness challenge. Yay!
Despite what it looks like, I was actually very keen to get started on day one. I just didn't sleep very well and I wasn't ready to wake up, but I got up like a real little trooper and I got on with day one. And day one happened to be a Saturday. My gym days, I know from previous experience that Monday, Wednesday, Friday for gym days works for me. I've tried changing days and it just didn't work in my brain. So I built this around Monday, Wednesday, Friday going to the gym. My first day happened to be a Saturday and I had planned to get out into the garden. I did lots of things in the garden. I had a lovely day. I calculated all my food, I measured all my food and wrote it all down in my Fitbit and my app. And at the end of the day, let me see if I can find day one in my journal here. Where is it? Bloody wind's getting out of control. Day one. How nice does that look? It's what I did, my calories in and out, how many steps I did for the day, other activities I did, mowing and painting outside, what the weather was like, what my pain levels were like, and just some random notes. You can do it, it said. And on day one, I knew I could. Day two was much the same. Really good step count, calories in and out. I was in a calorie deficit. I was doing great. I did all the things that I wanted to do. And I went down to the gym that afternoon just to walk on the treadmill. And the weather, it was overcast, trying to rain. And in the afternoon, we had a bad storm. Day three, started with a heat wave. We had several days, 3 or 4 days, where it was like over 30 degrees every day with very high humidity every day, all day. The weather changes, like heat, humidity, changes in the weather, wind, anything like that can make my fibromyalgia suddenly flare up and say, yeah, we're not going to do this today. Day 4, day 5, day 6 gradually got worse and worse. Today is day 4 of my 30-day personal challenge, and today's scheduled activity was to go for a minimum 30-minute walk. I will confess I was a bit nervous about coming out because it is not a work day. Today I woke up with not much energy at all. But the challenge in general is going really well. My food intake, my water intake, my activity, everything is going really well. It is on schedule, sticking to the plan. Today is day 5 of my 30-day challenge, and I'm struggling really bad today with pretty much everything. Yesterday was such a good day, and last night I had a really bad night. It was a stormy night. It was quite humid. I had lots of pain. I didn't sleep well. I woke up this morning, I was feeling quite down, but I knew it was a gym day, so no excuses. I'm at the gym. But it was busy. I wasn't expecting it to be very busy today. And when I turned around the corner, the car park was full. And I went, okay, Karen, it's okay. There's a class on at the moment. Most of the people in these cars will be in the class. And I was right. I walked in and, 50%, 60% of the cars belong to people in a class. So the floor wasn't busy. But it's a very hot day. The air conditioning was struggling. They hadn't turned the fans on. With my anxiety being so bad, I wouldn't ask someone to turn the fans on because I can't reach the switch, it's too high. And I got through it. I did my treadmill and my bike to warm up, and then I found a nice quiet spot to do my floor routine. I've done about 95% of it, and what I've done, I have done full on. I haven't half-assed it, but my anxiety is so bad, and all I can think about is that I want to get out of here and go home. By day 7, I was a wreck. I actually had a nap. Where is it? I actually had a nap in the afternoon on day 7. I was wrecked. I was physically down. I was mentally down. I just was not enjoying my 30-day challenge, and I was not even enjoying the journaling process because it was just the same thing every day. It's not like I had something new and interesting to add every day. I thought the idea of filling in at night would help me with it all, but it didn't. But one thing it did help me with, let me go back to the beginning, is that a couple of the things I had on my list of goals that I wanted to achieve was to establish a regular go to bed and wake up time. And I'm usually pretty good with that anyway because I know my body really needs that routine of sleep and wake. But sometimes I tend to stay up too late. I make the mistake that a lot of people do is I jump on my phone and start trolling through bloody Facebook or YouTube or something stupid like that. And before I know it, an hour and a half's gone by, and it's now 9:30, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and my eyes feel like sandpaper. My head is just sort of pounding from input, and then I can't sleep. So one of the things I wanted to do was like establish a regular bedtime routine, but also no screens after 8:30 because my bedtime was to be 9:30, and I know that works for me. So 8:30, screens go off. No TV, no phone, no computer, no nothing. And I would read a book, and that was where the journal was going to come in because I could start planning up drawing up the pages for the next few days. I could write in what I had done that day, and that would relax my mind, get me ready for sleep, do my journal, keep a record of my challenge. So I thought I was doing really well, but God, it was boring. The clincher came at the end of the week, which would have been the first day of week 2, when I weighed myself to compare it to the first day of week 1. And you know how much things had changed? Nothing. Not a single thing. Not 1 gram. Not 1 ounce of anything. I have smart scales. They record my weight, my BMI, my water percentage, my protein percentage, lean body mass. They record all the stuff. Not a single thing had changed. And I had eaten so well all week. I had exercised so well all week. Through the heat, through my depression, through my anxiety, I persevered like a good little soldier, and nothing to show for it. Day 8, which was the first day of week 2, you can see I have completed everything, worked quite well. Steps were a bit down to what they had been during week 1, and my calorie deficit was only very small, whereas last week it had been huge. The weather, we are still having bad weather, lots of rain, storms, so the pain levels are still high, but my mood better than it has been, so that's okay. You ready for day 9? Nothing. I didn't even fill in day 9. I got to sort of like 8:30, packed my gear up at the end of the day on day 9, and went in and went, I said, I don't want to fill in this. It's just, I'm sick of writing the same thing every day. Calories in, calories out. How many steps did it do? What was my mood like? You know, it was the same stuff every day, and I was bored. So the journal crashed and burned on day 9, and my fitness challenge crashed and burned on day 9, day 10. So it's about 5 days later since I crashed and burned on day 10, and you know what I've been doing since then? I've been doing all the right things. I've been to the gym. I didn't do my planned routine that I spent hours and days and weeks planning. I did whatever I wanted to do that day when I was at the gym. I've bought myself a bike. Today's the first day I've actually been out on it, and oh my god, it was a bit scary, and it was also a lot of fun. I haven't had a bike for years. I've been out for walks. I've been eating well, but I've also been eating whatever the heck I wanted to eat. I'm still drinking my water. I'm still going to bed at the right time, and I'm sticking very well with the no screens after 8:30. I'm not recording anything. I'm not recording my calories. I'm not recording my steps. I'm not even wearing my Fitbit. I feel free. It's been strange, and you know what's even stranger is I've measured. I've weighed myself 3 times, which I wouldn't normally do. Normally I would just say, right, once a week I would be weighed for the challenge. I've jumped on the scales 3 times in the last week, and every time I've weighed less. And this is what I realized at 4 o'clock this morning. It's 4:30 in the morning, and it's quite normal for me to be awake at this time. And I'm just thinking about my failed challenge, and I've had this friggin' epiphany that despite appearances and all of the preparation and organization and planning and journaling and everything, while I was doing the challenge, I didn't feel like I was in control. And that thought just hit me. And I'm thinking, but I created this thing. I created this whole challenge. I decided what, when, where, how. I decided everything. But at the time, I wasn't in control because I was doing what had been set out as part of the challenge. And I just thought that was such a huge realization, which I also found very surprising because I am a person who likes routine. I like to be organized, I like to make lists, I like that structure. I follow routine and things get done. But for some reason, to do this 30-day challenge, which, like I said, it wasn't even created by anyone else, it was created by me doing exactly what I wanted. I couldn't stick to it. I felt like I had to do what was written down. I didn't have the freedom and the flexibility and the choice to do what I wanted. I had to do what was written down. And I think that's what it is for me. It took away my choice and my freedom. So normally a person would think that by the fifth day of a brand new year and you've already failed two new things that you wanted to try, that a person would be feeling quite down and bad about themselves. But I'm not. I'm laughing because I think it's quite funny. The failed fitness challenge was a real wake up learning experience, and I think I have grown from it. So I'm not down and bummed by that at all. And the failed journaling, well, it just wasn't my thing. Maybe if I did something really exciting with my days, every day was different and I went places and did things and I got to journal like a diary did. Diary, today I climbed a mountain and abseiled off while I was wearing a pink tutu and a tiara. You know, that'd be the sort of thing that would make journaling interesting. But my attempt at journaling didn't work this time. So I'm not saying I'll never do it again, but I'm going to have to wait until I've got some sort of interesting life events happening, and then I will try journaling again. It has turned into quite a nice day. The wind has dropped off. Those thunder clouds that were rumbling seem to have disappeared. We've got a bit of blue sky going on. I'm going to pack up my goodies and jump on my treadly and go for a bit of a ride and hope I don't fall off before I get home. I hope you had a giggle out of my failed fitness challenge and failed journaling attempts. Let me know what you think of my thoughts, and I'll see you again soon with whatever interesting thing I happen to be up to. I'm not making plans. Take it as it comes. Bye everyone. See you next time.